Hello, Earth Angel. I trust this is finding you enjoying your evening and your day. And I'm grateful that I can join you here live to share some guidance and support about what repetitive numbers mean. I've had an abundance of people reaching out and friends, family, clients just asking me, I'm seeing so many numbers and I feel like they're trying to give me a message. I feel like they're trying to communicate something to me. Hello, Joe. Thank you for joining us live. And I feel like there's so much coming to me with these numbers and I'm not understanding. So part of what I'm here today is to help support those of you that are seeing these repetitive numbers. I'm going to share guidance about what they mean, but also help you to understand that as we talk about this, as I bring this further into your awareness, you're going to see even more numbers. And it's as if there's a part of you opening up, right? Opening up to connect to what messages and divine guidance is coming to you from these points of access. So as we move forward, I want you to just let yourself share with me as we're talking. If there's numbers that are showing up for you, I did write several down that people emailed to me or even commented with me on the Facebook page that I'll be talking about further. I'll be talking about every number from 1 all the way to 10. And I'm going to talk about what these numbers are bringing to you and what inspiration is being opened up to. What I'm encouraging you to do, if you know of anybody who can benefit from this, who could be supported and inspired from this message, please invite them, share the video, and help them also connect to the divine guidance that is coming to them as well. So as we move forward, part of what I'm speaking, know that it's coming from angels, it's coming from divine ascended lights, it's coming from many different forms. And depending on what you resonate with, what feels good and comfortable for you, know that that's what's sharing with you. It's unique for all of us. And the divine manifestations that share with us is unique to our own journey. Hello, Karen. Thank you for joining us. And know that the messages and the guidance don't need to be identified. Look, is this coming from my angels or is this coming from this or that? It doesn't really matter. Know that they're coming to you to help you, to support you, to inspire you along the way. So the question is why is this happening? And when I asked for guidance about speaking tonight, they shared that these numbers are coming to help us break free from patterns, to help us break free from certain things going on in our heads. Hello, Betsy. Thank you for joining us. Things that we might be getting so caught up with that are keeping us from seeing how we're being supported and how we're being guided. So what's going on is that these numbers are showing up for you. They're showing up to get your attention and to guide your intention in a certain direction and in a certain way. They're showing up to help you reset, to help you bring you back into a place and into a space in which you can go back into your moment. So let's say you're going through your day. Thank you, Danielle, for joining us. If you're going through your day, you're getting caught up with things that you're doing and you're getting caught up with your routine, we put ourselves in this hamster wheel, right? We go into this hamster wheel and we just go through our day, not necessarily noticing what is being invited for us to notice. So what happens is that these numbers show up to get our attention, to help us to notice, to say, hey, notice this so that it can bring you back into the now. Thank you. And another thing they shared in my meditation is that these numbers are coming up so that we can be asking better questions that have us saying, what is coming to me? What messages are being given to me? Hello, Colleen. Thank you for joining us. What is being offered to me to help me know or understand? And as we ask these questions, what happens is that we open up to see more numbers, but we also open up to more divine guidance to speak. We open up to being supported in more deliberate ways. So for me personally, the noticing of numbers started back in 2008. And the numbers for me that first began were 78 and 44. When this started happening, it wasn't like an accident. Like many of you are having these experiences. They were showing up 50, 60, 70 times a day. It was ridiculous in ways and in forms that just humanly did not make sense. So I did what most of you do. I went ahead and took time to research what is 78 trying to share with me. And it's one of those things that I was able to connect to different guidance, but then I was reminded that I need to take time to just ask. So I'm bringing this important point because I'm going to share guidance with you about what numbers mean, what specific numbers mean for you, for us, and for our collective. But I also want to encourage you to also step back when you're guided to ask further, what else is being encouraged for me to do? What else am I being encouraged to say? What else am I being encouraged to open up to? Because even though there's an umbrella, we can identify these numbers and these messages that are being offered to us, we're all very unique. And each number and each number sequence is also trying to offer something for you and a gift that is unique to you. So again, as I'm sharing that, it's also inviting you to take time to ask, what is this being given to me for? What else is being given to me during this time and for this number? Hello, Kathy. Thank you for joining us. So as we move forward, as I said, my numbers were 78 and 44. So when I asked for guidance, and it did match a lot of the guidance that I saw out there, is that I was being encouraged to take a leap of faith to do what I do today. I was being encouraged to have faith, number 7, to have faith, to trust, to commit to what my soul already knew was part of my journey. And number 8, representing that infinity, that support, that abundance. 8 being a number that helps us to understand that in so many ways, we are being supported in multiple ways to reach our destiny. We're being supported in multiple ways to align to our greatest and highest good. Hello, Karen. Thank you for joining us. So understanding that as these 2 numbers came for me and came to me, it helped me to remember and to know that I was being supported. It helped me to take the leap of faith to do what I'm doing today. To think if I wouldn't have taken that step, to think if I wouldn't have embraced sharing with individuals intuitively, where would I be today? So this brings us to the next point, that the numbers that are showing up for you are inspiring you in a very powerful way. And if you're noticing and they're coming up in a way that you're like, okay, this is no accident, know that they're bringing something powerful and magical that is going to lead you into your next. Something wonderful and powerful that is going to help you shed fears and doubts or even insecurities. Thank you. They're saying insecurities that are keeping you from your progress. So the next numbers that came for me were 44. And you guys see it all the time. I'm constantly talking about the 44. 44, for those who are seeing the 4s and 44s, that represents, I know many of people identify as angel numbers, but that to me represents divine numbers. Divine itself's coming into form, speaking to me, speaking to us. Hello, Nancy. Thank you for joining us. 44 and 4 representing that number that we have an abundance of support as angels, as ascended lights, as masters, as the Holy Spirit, as the universe, showing us the way. And every time, I used to sing this song with my kids all the time. Every time I would see 44, 44, we'd sing, angels, angels everywhere. Angels, angels in my hair. So it became a little song for us. Which brings us to the third point of tonight. And Kevin, thank you for joining us. When you see your numbers, when you see numbers that are repetitive, begin to train your mind, begin to train your consciousness to awaken and welcome what's next. To awaken and welcome what you're choosing, not just for this moment, but for your life. So let's start with number 1. Number 1, right? And, oh, thank you. And one of the things that I want to just go back to real quick, in my meditation, I was being shown beautiful masters just surrounding us in this moment. And as we're moving forward together, hi, Matt, thank you for joining us. One of the things that I want to encourage you is that these beautiful ascended lights are helping you right now let go of any fears, any doubts, any insecurities, anything that could be holding you back. So I want you, as you join me, hello Jenny, thank you for joining us, whether it's live or on replay, that you're committing to let go, to shed fears, to let yourself surrender what is keeping you from your next and your best and your highest. Because in so many ways, these beautiful lights are joining me, guiding the messages tonight, but they're joining you most importantly. They're helping you shed away the weight of the fears. They're helping you shed whatever needs to be shed to move you into your highest and your best. So as I'm sharing these numbers, if there's a number that resonates and there's a number that you feel, they're saying if you feel it, just embrace the message that is being given and once again, choose to surrender and let go what is no longer serving you. So let's start with number one. I love number one. Every time I see number one, my mind very quickly celebrates. Thank you that I get to create. Number one is a number of creation. Number one shows up to help you to understand that you are being reminded you're a deliberate creator. Be attentive of your thoughts. Be attentive of where your emotions are at. Be attentive to what you're giving attention. Because in so many ways, you're being encouraged to be present, to take a breath, and create. You're being encouraged to allow yourself to step into that co-creative experience and welcome what it is you want out of life. So if 111s, 111s are crossing your path, you're being encouraged to play. You're being encouraged to create. You're being encouraged to take action into what it is you're calling forth in life. Number two, I love number two. Number two is the number of connection. Yes, I know because it's number two, but it goes beyond that. When I see number two, it's a reminder that everything's working out. So if I see number two, if I'm working on things or there's certain things that I'm aligning to, when I see the number two, I take a deep breath and I say thank you because it's a reminder that everything's working out. Not just for me, but for my kids, my family, my clients, whomever it is that I'm working with. It's a number that reminds me to trust that everything is working out, that everything's okay, that everything's aligning for everybody involved. Thank you. That this life we're in, that this experience we're in, is a collaboration. And understanding that the collaboration includes, and it's said, that you're calling forth soulmates, that you're putting out an energy, a heart-based energy that is calling people to support you. It's kind of like that idea that you can just sit back and relax and pay attention because support is coming in human ways. People are coming to support you and things are working out. So from there, it's about paying attention, noticing what comes up, noticing where you're needing to take action so you can connect to those individuals in that flow. Number three, I love all the numbers, and you're going to hear me say I love all these numbers. Number three is the number of mastery. When I see the number three, I am being encouraged to celebrate that I am being asked to step into my confidence, to be in my mastery, to welcome my mastery, to awaken my mastery. And for some of you, thank you. And for some of you, when you see number three, it's because you're wanting an affirmation from source, divine, whatever you choose to call it. And it's showing up through a master. Whether it be Christ, whether it be, Mother Mary, whether it be the Buddha, whatever it might be, you're asking your soul, thank you, and your mind is inviting a connection in which a master, a presence of master is supporting you along the way. But again, it also represents mastery. So, and this is one thing I want you to notice. If you're having a rough day or you're going through something really challenging and you're seeing a lot of threes, I want you to take a breath and smile. Because what you're being encouraged to move into, rather than the victim thought or the angry thought or the frustrated thought, you're being encouraged to step into taking a breath and saying, wow, I am being led into my mastery. And that is exciting. Because when you're in the mastery, when you're in that place of mastery, that means you've awakened into the next level to serve, to lead, to love, to be of contribution of multiple ways. So again, 3 is that beautiful sacred number. And number 4, which I've already shared a little bit about, but we're going to go back to it. Number 4, it's part of what I see when I'm being encouraged to know that I'm on path, that I'm doing things the right way, that I'm being encouraged to maintain my progress, my focus, my intention, and to just keep serving, that I am being inspired. So when I see 4, again, as I said earlier, I've done in the past a song. We don't do it as much anymore. My mom still does, which is adorable. But I just say, thank you. Thank you that I'm on the path. Thank you that I'm being reminded that I am on purpose. All right, and number 5 represents change, positive change. And a lot of times we fight change. We don't always like to admit that, but a lot of us, and they're moving energy out. A lot of us fear change. Subconsciously, we fear change because there's a part of us, whether we want to admit it or not, have gotten comfortable with our past. We've gotten comfortable with our current circumstances, even though we might be saying we want our circumstances to change. So when you see number 5, you're being encouraged to embrace the changes that are present and taking place now, and or being encouraged to step into the changes that really will catapult you. Thank you. They're saying catapult you and move you forward into your next phase of the journey, into your next adventure, into your next catalyst, they're saying. So understanding that when you see that 5, take a deep breath and say, wow, the changes I'm going through are positive changes that are leading me into the next. And if you're seeing a lot of 5s and you're not yet experiencing the changes, know that you're being prepared to step into a mindset, step into an energy that is going to welcome the changes in positive and honoring ways. All right, number 6. 6 is that number to, it's funny because I hear from people like, oh, 6 must not be a good number. And I'm like, no, 6 is a great number. 6 is a great number. 6 is a number that shows up to help you to notice what you're thinking. 6 is showing up for you, if it's showing up for you, to say, pay attention to what you're putting out there. What are you broadcasting with your thoughts, with your mind? Your mind and your thoughts are a lot more powerful. And this is not just a spiritual quantum concept, even though it is. It's more than that. It's a psychological concept. If you're thinking negative thoughts, if you have your mindset in a place that's low vibrationally or with low expectations, that is all your mind and your eyes, your heart, your ears are going to notice. So when 6 shows up for you, it's for you to just be more proactive, they're saying. Be more proactive in changing and paying attention to what thoughts are taking place. To re-engage them from point A into a place in which point B, if it allows you to step into a higher place, for that to be part of your commitment, part of your decision. So when you see number 6, take a deep breath and say, I am choosing to move myself into the positive presence that I came here to be. And then identify a few positive thoughts that you can embrace. And then beyond that, because it goes beyond just the thought, let yourself feel that. Go into gratitude. Go into things that will help you feel the joy of that positive thought. All right, number 7. As I said earlier, 7 represents that number of faith, to trust. For me, 7, 8 was, as I said earlier, 7 was a number that I was being encouraged to take that leap of faith, to take action, to commit, and to trust that net that I can't see and I wasn't seeing was going to be there for me, and I was going to be caught in my leap of faith. So 7, again, representing that number, if it's crossing your path, that you're being encouraged to trust, to surrender, to deliver yourself in confidence, because you know that on that other side, divine is catching you. Divine is holding that space for you that will lead you all the way, not just halfway, not past the first and second step, but all the way. You're going to be led all the way. It's only our mind that can decide that we don't want all of the support, because all the support will meet you and greet you and will show you the way. So again, when you see number 7, celebrate and notice what you're being encouraged to take action to, where you're being encouraged to move into, where you're being encouraged to spread your wings and take that leap of faith. And number 8. So number 8 represents abundance. At least that's how they showed me. It represents that you're being supported financially, to stop and get out of your head in the lack mentality and to know that you're being supported. Thank you. And what they're audibly saying, promoted, right? A lot of us who have worked in the corporate world, we think of getting promoted, we get more money, we get more support financially, and things are going to be better. Well, when you see number 8, understanding that number 8 is coming to you to celebrate that you are being promoted, that abundance, that the financial blessings are aligning up. They're going to show up to provide the support you need for your purpose, for your goals, for your intentions, for your progress. And it's about really having that mindset that allows you to welcome those inspired actions that are stepping you into that abundance and into that flow. Another thing I love about 8 is that I see 8 on top of couples that represent twin flames. Ooh, and loud ringing. So for those of you that are single, right, that are calling your divine mate, your twin flame, if you want to call it that, It's about understanding that there's this beautiful energy above you and above your divine mate that on some level is calling you forth. Thank you. And they want me to say to go from here. So on some level, you're calling your soulmate, your divine mate, in an abundant and loving and powerful way. So for some of you, it might be that you're seeing number 8 for you to trust, to have faith that this loving partner is coming to you, to stay open, receptive, and attentive, to let go of any fears and doubt that would keep you from opening your heart to that divine partner or divine mate. And then for some of you, the 8 might be showing up to, again, encourage you to have faith that the abundance and the financial blessings are coming to you, promoting your progress, and to just trust that that money is coming in a way that you're going to be supported. Number 9, when I see 9, I literally feel like twinkle toes, because that to me represents that success has been met. That success has met me. Success is about to be revealed. Success is about to come to me. And Casey, thank you for sharing. I'll go back and review 22, but it's not, you can go in the beginning. It's also there. But number 9 represents success. And what happens is that when I see number 9, I really take a moment to identify my successes, my accomplishments, my things that I need to celebrate and be grateful for that have been part of my day or in my past few days or even in my past few weeks. And then from there, I say thank you. And then I welcome success in different areas of my life that I'm working on having success in, whether it's my business, whether it's me as a mother, whether it's me as a friend. I welcome myself into the success that this number 9 is sharing with me. I'm being inspired to not only celebrate in gratitude, but also welcome as well. And number 10 to me represents completion. And for me, number 10 shows up often when I've completed something, when something's been done right, when I've really done my best in sharing and showing up in ways that met a responsibility, whether it's me again as a business owner for my wonderful people that I get to share, my tribe, or me as a mother, or me as a friend, thank you, or me just as a human being, right? It's like certain things have been completed. So again, I go back and I take count and notice where I've stepped into completion. Thank you. Another thing they're audibly saying is that 10 sometimes comes up if we've been working on a project and we've kind of been waiting to take that step to put it out there. And 10 is coming up for you to say, it's done. It's complete. Take it out there, share it with the world, and put it out there. So again, those are what some of these numbers mean. And I know it can get a little more elaborate, but it's always fun to notice them. And what I want to encourage you is for you to take these numbers further. When they cross your path, set an intention, set an affirmation. Let it be a deliberate decision in which you say thank you. And then acknowledge what you're saying yes to from that inspiration that is coming to you. And Casey, I shared that 22 represents a number of collaboration. It represents a number that is helping you to know that things are going to work out. Things are working out for everybody involved. So whatever it is that is going on in your life in which you have loved ones you're working with, or even partners in business, or things that are going on, you're being encouraged to trust that it's working out, not just for Casey, but for everybody involved. That you're being supported through it, and to trust it's just going to align for everybody who's involved. So at this time, I'm going to share some of the numbers that were sent to me, but I would also encourage for those of you, and thank you so much, for those of you who are live, if you have certain numbers that you want to ask about that are personally showing up for you, especially if they haven't been covered, please go ahead and put them up, and I will make sure to align to what guidance is coming for you about that. All right, so I had somebody send me a number said 1212. And one of the things they shared with you, you know who you are, they said that the 1212 for you was part of you to trust and deliberately understand. And it's funny how they're changing my voice a little bit. Thank you. You are being encouraged to step back and understand that things are working out for the highest for everybody involved. And this comes for all of us. Sometimes in our minds, we think that for something to work out the best way, it has to play out a certain way. So what happens is that we put an expectation in a box. We expect certain things to fall into place a certain way for things to be a good result. So what you're being encouraged with number 12 is that you're being encouraged to step back and very clearly, right, identify, number one, creation, identify what it is you're wanting. What's your outcome? And most of us need to really be very clear in understanding that most of us, our outcome is for us to be happy, for us to feel more peace, for us to be more aligned, more connected, more inspired, more joyful in our journey. And that being part of what you choose to create. Ellen, thank you for joining us. So when you think of number 2, so 1 and 2 together, is that you're being invited to be more attentive to create, but also understand that you are surrendering that creation in a way that you're inviting for everything to work out for everybody involved. And that from there, you can rest in peace and knowing that it's all going to work out for everybody. And Trish, thank you for joining us. So, going now here, we have Trish asking about 559. So thank you. So Trish, what they're saying, 5 represents a number of change. And I feel like, thank you, it's about you stepping more into deliberate changes, thank you, that will help you more honoring results. So thank you. One of the things that their angels are encouraging you to do, Trish, is for you to take account in all areas of your life. That is intimately, relationship or person who's there or not there, your health, your well-being, your physical well-being, your business, your career, your work, your finances, like put it all in. They're showing me 4 fragments. And then from there, you're being asked to say, what areas do I want to see change in my life? And it might be that you're already seeing some of these changes. Thank you. And then from there, they want you to identify what outcomes would represent success for you. Thank you. 9 representing that number of success. And then from there, thank you, deliberately inviting Source to move in a way that can promote you through change with grace and ease that will help you, thank you, experience success in a way that feels honoring and elevating on multiple levels for you. But the reason 559 is coming to you is because you're being encouraged, and I feel like you're going through some changes, but they audibly said deliberate change. So they are asking you to be attentive in setting the intention where you're inviting deliberate change to come into your life in which it can lead you into a specific success. So thank you, Trish, for asking. Christine, thank you for joining us. We have 222 and 444. We did talk about what those mean for you. Thank you. One of the things that I'm being encouraged, thank you, to share is that they're asking you to be more attentive to the messages that are coming specifically to you. So meaning like the numbers are a way and a form in which they're coming to you, but apparently they're coming in many other ways and in many other forms. Thank you. They're audibly saying music. They're audibly saying the words that are being said by friends. So notice even some of the conversations that you might be hearing or overhearing, or even hearing from people that you know that are trying to give you messages that the angels and divine are bringing you directly to you. And then thank you. And they're saying pay attention to the music and the phrases that are coming out. So it might be that you notice repetitive phrases here and there, and you're being encouraged to just notice that again, you are being spoken to and you're being encouraged to trust. There's a part of you that emotionally might be feeling antsy, and like they're showing me looking left and right. So that could be in multiple areas, right? But they're showing me it's like they're trying to settle your antsiness now. Thank you. And for you to just notice where you're being encouraged to step into, and that again, you're being spoken to. Somehow they're asking you to quiet a little bit more than mine so that you can listen to what they're sharing. All right. Betty, thank you so much. Betsy, thank you for 222. Okay, so I shared a little bit of what that meant already. For you specifically, thank you. One of the things they audibly just said is giving you permission to receive. A lot of times as light workers and people that are centered right here in the heart, sometimes we focus on giving, and putting a lot of ourselves out there, which is beautiful, right? We're here to contribute. We're here to love. But thank you. What they're saying is that they're asking you to also commit to receiving. And understanding that as you commit to receive, as you commit to being honored, as you commit to allowing yourself to feel fueled in love, that's how you serve everybody involved. Everybody who crosses your path, everybody who's already in your path, and everybody who will be coming into your future. So Betsy, you're just really being encouraged to open up to receive. And this is an intention that you can set every night when you go to sleep. This is for everybody. And this is one thing that I always encourage with my coaching and people that I work with. When you go to sleep, invite your angels to easily move things that no longer need to be stored within your physical body, within your heart, within your mind, and within your energy, and just surrender it and invite Source, God, Creator, Universe, angels to lift it up and set it free as you sleep. Ooh, I love that. I don't know if you guys just saw that. My lights flickered. Yay! Just reminding us of how powerful that release can be. So Betsy, as you do that, then also open up your heart and say, I am open and available to receive. As I receive, right? Because on some level, it could be subconscious. There's a mindset or a belief that if you receive, you're taking away from others. Or if you receive that you're not maybe worthy, and I don't feel that's fully, but there's components of that. But you're being encouraged to open up your heart and say, I'm open, ready, and available to receive. So thank you, Betsy, because I feel like this is going to resonate with a lot of people. So I appreciate you asking. I'm going to go down to make sure I have several people. And then my twin flame about to see multiple 11 times a day. Yay! I love to hear that, Kathy. Kathy, again, 11. One thing I want to encourage you, I know you're seeing you and your twin flame are seeing 11. I want you to encourage you to take time with yourself, but also with this partner, with him, to decide what you guys want to create together, what adventures you're saying you want to create together. But also take time to do that for you. What adventures does Kathy want to create for herself in this lifetime? And from there, invite this divine mate to be part of it, but also invite yourself to create with him as well. All right, that being part of the gift that you can offer, not just for you, but for your divine mate. And one of the things that I share with people, when two people come together that are aligned in love, right? Soulmates, or divine mates, or twin flames. When that happens, this beacon of light literally shoots from, and I know it's funny saying it like this, but that's the best way my human words can explain it. It shoots up and it blesses our collective. It blesses not just the individuals who are in the relationship, but it blesses our world. It lifts us into a next level of love. So it's understanding that when you open up your heart to love, authentically love with a divine partner, you are not just blessing your journey and that person's journey. You're blessing us all. You're helping us all. You're creating more love and light in this world. So open up your heart to that. And also, thank you. One of the things that even recently I've talked to several women about opening up to their divine mate is where you start stepping into saying, I welcome my divine mate. I am welcoming my divine mate. I'm already in that place where it's welcomed. And not about I'm looking for them, I'm waiting for them. No. It's been welcome. It's already aligned. Remember, like that 8 that I shared, you're calling forth that person already. So walking into your days, into your life with confidence that that divine mate is being called to you as much as you're being called to them. All right, so thank you for sharing, Kathy. All right, so then we have, I did see another number coming down here. Okay, Danielle. So we have 712 and 214. I like this. We got triples here. Let me see what this means for you. Thank you. So when I connect with the first set of numbers, the 712, and I see that 21 also represents that. Thank you. So thank you. What they're showing me is that these two sets of numbers, Danielle, are bringing you a similar message. And one of the things that they're bringing to you is to help, and I know this is going to sound interesting, but they're showing me they're trying to pull you away from the mundane. And I know it's a hard word to hear, or at least for me, in my own perspective. I'm like, mundane, what do you guys mean? But what they're saying is that you're being pulled away from the routine. It could be that you've stepped into a routine that's become like too mundane, like too much repetitive. And these numbers are asking you to step back and dance with life once again. And I know you have an amazing, joyful spirit. You're an amazing light. And you have so much joy to broadcast and share with others. So it's about identifying, you're being invited and welcome to step back and live more out of faith. To live more in a way that you're understanding and knowing that your joy, your light, your free spirit is blessing others. And the more you tap into that, the more, number one, you choose to create from there. And with that, the more you're blessing those that surround you, the more the good is coming for your loved ones, the more everything that you're wanting is falling into place. So that number is encouraging you to sit back, right, and connect back and understand that you have a purpose. And part of that purpose is to get out of some of the patterns and routines that are influencing you right here, and but also have you stepping into here and opening up more of the gifts you have to share. They keep telling me the gifts you have to share. All right, and thank you, Danielle, for asking and sharing that with us. All right, let's see. We're going to take 3 more. Ooh, wow. Okay, Joe, we have 711. That's a number that came to me a lot before, and I would always laugh because every time I'd see 711, I'd be like, what is this? So 7-Eleven. So Joe, you have a very beautiful light. You have, thank you. And they're audibly saying you have a very co-creative power, very creative, very creative. And part of what you're being encouraged is to step into the faith of knowing that this creative hits you get, the creative spark that is part of who you are, wants to be more deliberate in putting itself out there. So whether it's because you're doing light work, or whether it's because you're doing creative work, and I'm getting like even the vision of an artist. So on some level, you've got this artist touch, and it might be that the artist touch is through writing. Thank you. But you're being encouraged to have more faith in who you came here to be. You have so much fuel, so much passion, they're saying. And they're inviting you, when you see these numbers, for you to identify, what am I co-creating now? What am I creating now? What am I being inspired to create in this moment? And to have faith, just like they shared with me before, right? With my 78. You're being encouraged to be more proactive and really having faith that you can create the life that you want, and you can really create a life in which you're helping and blessing others, and to have faith and taking action for that. 8 representing abundance for the 847, and that you're being supported in your life purpose, but most importantly, you're being supported in a way that you're being asked to take action. So I would recommend you list 10 things that you can commit to in the next 3 months that will help you step into a place in which you're sharing more with the world, your light, your gifts, and what you have to offer. 262 also represents for you to be more attentive to where your thoughts are going. You know, sometimes our mindset could be a little sneaky, right? And I talked about this with several people the last few days. You know, it's hard to think that we're creating from our past. I know I like to say, no, I'm creating for my moment, which is true, right? I intentionally take time to meditate, but I also know it's true that a lot of my past has its momentum. And for me to make sure this momentum is aligned with the highest and what it is that I'm wanting in life, I need to be proactive now and taking time to create and taking time to meditate and taking time to shed those things that are no longer serving my mindset, my expectations, and my movement forward. So what I'm encouraging you, Joe, is for you to notice what's been in your past. And thank you. And they're saying there's benefits about, you know, because that's why we're able to drive without having to figure out and think exactly what we need to do, put our brakes, do this. No, it goes into our subconscious and we just drive. A lot of things happen in your day, brushing your teeth, all that stuff is very subconscious, and it's from what you've learned in the past. So it has its purpose. But understanding that these little sneaky things that are sneak into our mindset, sneak into our emotions that are from our past, and we need to be very deliberate and being introspective and paying attention and say, this is not going to control me and this is not guiding me in my next phase of my journey. So when you see the 262, Joe, I want you to take a breath and notice, what have my thoughts been now? But if not, what have my thoughts been for the day or for the past week? And what am I going to choose instead? What am I giving attention to, whether it's because I'm revisiting memories or revisiting past old emotions that are having me recreate the same in my future? And as you take time to ask those questions, then from there say, now that I've gained this clarity, now I choose this instead. And from there, identify what you're welcoming, and then move forward into very proactively identifying the thoughts, the new thoughts and the new conversations you're saying. The new conversations you're having with yourself and others that will have you taking leaps into where it is you're being led into, and also just for sharing with others as well, and your creative gifts. So thank you, Joe, for sharing. And let me see. This is going to be available in replay. Thank you, Kathy. And I am actually going to be putting it on video form and sending it via email for those who are not on Facebook so they can enjoy. So Colleen, 44, let me go back to you. I apologize if I missed you. Thank you for pointing that out. So 44, again, thank you. For you represents angel numbers. And I know I shared when I was going over the numbers that 44 can be the universe, it could be ascended lights, it could be masters, it could be angels just speaking to you that you are being loved, that you're being supported, that you're being guided. Thank you. But what they're audibly telling me, Colleen, is that they want you to know that they're listening. And hello, Richard. Thank you for joining us. So whatever part of you might be stepping, thank you. They're showing me the seesaw, you know, like going up and down. When you're going up and down in doubt, they're encouraging you to step in the middle, get centered, get anchored, and for you to know that you're being heard. that the communication that you're giving out to your angels, that the communication that you're giving out to source, divine, and I'm getting emotional from it, that you're being heard, you're being listened to, and you're being spoken to. So as you're being spoken to, what I want to encourage you, Colleen, is for you to take time to more intentionally receive. That could be that you get a journal, right? You get a journal and you take deep breaths and write down, right? Just talk to the angels, say, hello, angels. And then you're going to have a conversation on paper. Just today, I was talking with someone, or at least for them, they shared that when they write, they open up a portal. So that's something specific for them. But the reason I'm bringing it up, because they're showing me the same will align to you. I'm being shown a beautiful ray of divine, they're saying Holy Spirit for you, going in and moving into your heart center, right? And that from there, that energy and that light is going to move for you to be able to write that inspiration, so that your mind, our human mind, right? So that your human mind can see on form, on paper, what is being inspired, what's being spoken back to you. And I want you to trust, because part of you needs to welcome and celebrate that those numbers are coming to you to help and remind you that you can trust. It's okay to trust. It's okay to believe that you're being heard, and it's okay to know that you are hearing them as well. So, thank you guys so much. I think I've covered all the numbers for the live questions, and I did have someone who asked me, I'm going to go into that real quick and then we'll be done for the evening. I had someone who had a dream for 77, and I know they're going to listen to the replay of this. So when I was shown 77 for this specific person, I was shown their angel wings spreading. It was such a beautiful vision. So you know who you are. And this dream, this number being given to you so deliberately by your angels and by source, are helping you to know that whatever it is you're facing in your life, whatever that is unfolding in your life, for you to know that it's leading you to spread your wings. Whether you perceive it consciously as a challenge or as an inspiration, it's up to you, right? But you're being asked to pull back from that higher awareness of the soul, that right now your current circumstances are actually helping you spread your wings. They're helping you step into a place in which you are going to see divine God, source, creator, universe at work. And you're being asked to have faith that even though you can't see, and I get emotional from this, even though you can't see everything working out, and maybe you can't see everything, how it's going to line up and how it's going to show up for you, there's a lot of things taking place in the unseen that is for you, that is in your favor. So as this 7 was gifted to you in your dream, is because you're being asked to trust that your wings are spread. Your wings are spreading. That there's a lot of orchestration going on behind the scenes for you. And this is for any of us that are connecting to 7. This is specifically for her, thank you, but they're audibly saying those that are connecting to 7 to trust in what's happening behind the scenes that you're not seeing. So Erica, I know you're saying any chance you can tell me about seeing number 3. So one of the things I'm being shown, Erica, as soon as I read I felt energy in my lower back. It doesn't mean you have anything going on with your lower back, but a lot of energy is moving in the lower back, and they're moving fears. So for those of you who are hearing me for the first time, when energy moves out like that for me, they're moving fears and doubts and insecurities. So Erica, your angels, universe, source, creator, what you choose to call it, are helping you surrender these fears, these doubts. There's so much greatness within you, and you have such a, they're showing me like an armor, but also a big, it makes me think of Athena. And it's not that you're Athena, but I feel like there's certain things that are in resemblance to Athena. So hello, Lorraine. Thank you for joining us. Richard, I'll answer yours here soon, and thank you. You're being encouraged to notice the Athena goddess within you, that light within you, that presence within you, that confidence, right? Athena represents a very confident, independent, strong goddess. So Erica, as I felt this energy move in my back, they were showing me that they're trying to help move some fears, some things that have been perceived as feeling stuck. They're audibly saying you're being promoted, and this number has been coming to you to help you to know that you're stepping into your mastery. You're stepping into your becoming. You're being led into your becoming. For you to feel it, for you to celebrate it, and for you to trust it. All right. So Athena is that symbolic representation that you can step into and just really connect to what it can signify personally further for you. But know, again, that you are moving into mastery and the different things that are happening, again, like this Athena represents you moving into that place. So celebrate it, girl, because that's a great thing. I love the mastery number. And it's one of those things that it's great to know that we're stepping into that place of knowledge. So congrats on that. All right, so here we go. We have Richard. All right, 11. So let's connect with you in 11. And then I know I keep saying one more. 7:44. 7:44 right now. All right, so Richard for 11. They're showing me to trust your dynamic energy and presence. One of the things that they're showing me, you have a very bold energy, and I like that. Very strong, bold personality. They're showing me to see greater than that, to see more than that, to see how much more you can contribute or create in this world, more than just the paradigms you're in. And it doesn't mean you play small, because you definitely energetically don't feel like someone who plays small. But they're showing me it's like you're able to take it to the next level. It's like number one, and these 11s showing up for you are asking you, where else can you take this? Where else can you go? Where else can you deliver? Where else can you become? And you're being encouraged to notice that this powerful presence that you are has a lot of greatness to share. I'm being shown an eagle, and I'm being shown your chest, like very strong. And I'm being shown, thank you, for you to understand and recognize your significance and how your significance can go further in changing and promoting more good and promoting more greatness, more good. So you have a lot of wonderful things to share, Richard. So I really want you to notice. And again, when you see those numbers, just say, where else can I take this? Where else can I deliver myself into? Where else can I go? The sky's the limit. Actually, thank you. They're saying beyond that. And to know there's a lot greater things you can put out there and step into. So thank you, Richard. All right. Oh my goodness, we have some more coming up. All right. So Colleen, with your hubby, when I connect to your hubby for 44, and this is going to be the last one, guys. I know I keep saying that, but this will be the last one. So for your hubby, one of the things they're showing me, they're encouraging him to take action physically. And they're saying 44 is like the angels. I'm actually laughing. I'm being shown his angels and are like tickling him, like encouraging him to get his body moving, to get more joy in his body. And I feel like he's already there. I feel like there's a part of him that's already has the ability to be in joy. That's part of who he is. I feel even mischievous. Mischievous is a good way for me to explain that. But they're showing me like his angels are asking him to understand he too is connected. That it's not just you, Colleen, but that he too is connected. And he's being invited and encouraged to see more of that connection. I'm being encouraged to share that for him, connecting with masters is going to come a lot easier, thank you, and guides for him. And that with that, when these numbers are coming up, they're encouraging him to keep himself positive. It's like that leadership, and not that in any way, Colleen, you're not the leadership of the home, but they're showing me he represents the energy of leadership in the family or in the home. And for him to maintain his state of mind positive. For him to become more aware of where he's going, and that he's being asked when he sees 4-4 for him to just take a moment to get past his mental chatter, past his typical routine, and to just notice, to be more present to the moment. So Colleen, thank you for sharing, and please tell your husband thank you so much for the opportunity that are always they're talking at the same time, so I apologize. 1 second, I'm trying to talk to you and they're talking. So one thing I want to encourage you, Colleen, and your husband, they're saying encourage time connecting. Encourage time in connection. So whether it goes, and I'm being shown like sound bowls. So I encourage you guys to go to a class together in which there's sound bowls or music, healing music. But they're showing me he's going to feel so buzzed up. Like it's going to feel juicy. It's going to feel euphoric. And they're showing me it's like go to an event together like that. Because I feel like it's also going to help you guys intimately and also with your connection, which is always yummy, right? So they're showing me take time to do this together. And I'm literally feeling my body buzzing and my ear buzzing. So they're showing me it's going to be helping him feel and things open up for him, but it's going to help both of you. All right. All right, so thank you guys so much. I know, Lorraine, you said 18. They're saying that's a personal message. I know we've talked about that before. They're saying it is a personal message of love. Thank you. But one of the things that you're being encouraged to also be attentive to is that there's so much alignment trying to meet you and greet you. Thank you. And I know we've talked about a little bit of this, but they're showing me your father literally like just showing up as I'm starting to talk. Like, whoo, there he is. And he's trying to let you, oh, I love that. He just showed me a vision that he has a basket of fruit. Fruit and a basket represents blessings. Like he's bringing blessings to you, to all of you. Thank you, is what he audibly just said. So he's bringing this basket to you. And he wants you to notice them, to savor them, right? When you eat a fruit, if you're caught up with everything else, you know, it's like, let's think, they're showing me a vision of like having the most delicious strawberry in your hand and you're stuck in traffic and you're frustrated with the traffic and you're trying to eat the strawberry. You're not going to fully enjoy the fact that you've got the most delicious strawberry in your hands if you're focusing on the traffic out there. And what they're showing me is like divine source, God creator has with your father are bringing you this basket of fruit, of blessings. But in some way, and I know it's not intentional, your attention might be hindering your ability to receive this basket because your mind or energy might be getting caught up with all of this, the traffic, the chaos, the things that you may not feel are going the right way. So one thing that's beautiful is that the more you take time to savor the gifts, this basket, beautiful basket that is being brought from your dad. Thank you, Mari, for joining us. The more you do that, the more you're going to receive and allow these blessings to become part of you and for it to be received in a way that you can actually step more into the blessings of your life, the joys of your life, the healing of your life. And I get emotional. You're not stuck. You've never been stuck, ever. For you to know that you're just being asked to step away from looking at this and enjoying the fruit. And that's symbolic for all of us. That can happen to all of us. That can happen to me. And I've had moments like that. So Lorraine, it's not just, this is something that is for all of us. And I'm so grateful that you've given us the opportunity to bring this into our time together. We need to take time to savor the blessings that are being brought to us. We need to savor the light, the juice of what is being brought to us by Source, Divine, or angels. Because when we do that, we allow ourselves to receive. When we do that, we savor it in a way that we can create more. So thank you all that joined. For those who want to learn more about this, I'm going to be starting master classes, which I'm very stoked about, because in the master classes, we're going to talk about a lot of things, and these ascended lights and angels are going to be guiding a lot of these conversations, but moving a lot of energy for people when we join. We also have our mastermind, which I'll add into the comments if you guys want to join. We have a free intro to the mastermind, and it's going to be powerful because we're going to talk about creation. We're going to give you and share tools with you into how to create the life you want, how to step away from the cycles of the past and step into creating what it is you're ready for and what it is you're claiming for your life. So I will add that into the comments. You can register for free. It's actually next week on the 31st, and it's going to be epic and exciting. I share with people that I get prepared for when I'm about to share different things, and there's been a lot of preparation for this to help you, to help all of us step into co-creating a life, a world that is more honoring for ourselves, for our children, for our loved ones. So on this day, we're going to talk about a lot of different things, and I hope you can be my guest, and I can't wait to have you join me then, or if not, to get a chance to see you again in the future. And Mari, love you too, and thank you all. And Shelly, it's okay. We'll be able to connect through a replay. I talked about all the numbers, and as I said, they're removing a lot of energy, and I like that Joy's pointing out that we're at 22. Woo, woo. Everything's working out for all of us. All right, much love to you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Take care. Much light. Bye. Thank you, Casey.